Joining us now, we've got Brian Hadad, co-host Sports Talk Mississippi. Morning, Brian.
Good morning. How are you today?
Doing great. You over there on Radio Row?
Yes, I am. I feel a little off balance here. My broadcast partner, Richard Cross, is across the table over there. He's working very hard. I believe it or not, working very hard, and getting some great content set up for today and for this whole week.
I got you. Any news, anything exciting that is broken thus far? It's a bit early, I know, huh?
Yeah, a little early for that. Obviously, the only news that's come out of this so far is Paul Feinbaum has had his contract extended by the SEC Network and by ESPN. So not going anywhere. Not that we expected him to.
Wow. Yeah. Well, he's. Shall we say a controversial figure in the world of sports, but always entertaining, no doubt, to listen to.
That's what keeps the paychecks rolling in.
We got it, absolutely. So anything earth-shattering that you expect to break this week, or is it just kind of business as usual, you think?
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of coach speak, a lot of we're excited, a lot of, we're doing this, that, and the other to get ready. But as far as, learning anything about these teams, that's probably not going to come for a couple of weeks until training camp opens up around the conference and we start looking and seeing who's winning some position battles here and there. So this is more about just, getting honestly, Gerard, it's more about just getting back to normal.
Yeah.
Just being here on the ground, wearing my credential. I feel normal. This was taken away from us last year, and so It's good to be back.
Yeah, absolutely. It's awesome. So did you happen to see this story? I think I read this right about Vanderbilt removing the numbers from the jerseys. You know anything about that? What's going on?
One of the dumbest motivational tactics. Coaches, old school coaches, they do it all the time. Like we're going to get to game one, and they're not going to have numbers on their jerseys. Nobody is fired up because of that. I mean, it's not 1962 anymore. You're going to tell them, hey, we're not going to let them have water while we're at it. I mean, it's just dumb. This is something that, let me know when Nick Saban does something like that. Just put it that way.
What was the stated purpose? Can you share that with our audience?
It's a motivational thing. You don't have a number until you earn it. Well, I mean, the guys all know that on September the 4th, they're going to have a jersey with a number on it, whether they like it or not. So, what's the real motivation there? I don't know.
Yeah, they don't have jerseys with numbers, and as soon as they exit the stadium, there's the agents for the commercial companies wanting to sign them up to some meal deals, right?
I don't understand what the situation. I don't understand why coaches do that stuff, but it just is what it is.
Well, I remember growing up in the Bear Bryant days, there was back then, there was no scholarship limitations, and he'd have 200 on the roster.
They had a very talented swimming team at Alabama back in the day. It's full of football players.
That's right. And the rumor, of course, was he was such a hard-nosed coach. If he couldn't make his mind up on who to start in a position, he'd just dig a hole about 8 feet, put them both in the hole, and whichever one crawled out got to start.
That sounds about right, to be honest with you.
Well, I'm looking forward to, I guess as you described, a normal football season. I think we can expect that.
Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to have big crowds again. I think we're going to all be, all together again, tailgating. I know, you being an Ole Miss guy, you can't wait to get back into the Grove this year, and the State fans want to get back into the Junction, and it's going to be that kind of football season for sure. I think we're going to be as close to back to normal as we possibly can be, and then we just keep moving forward.
Yeah. So. I think Richard last week when we had him on, he went out on a limb and predicted that Alabama might be pretty good, and I mean,
well, Richard and those hot takes, man. My goodness, I tell you what, I think Georgia might be pretty good too, Gerard.
Yeah.
Just keep an eye on them.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. So, are there any sleepers, as they say, any surprises that you might expect in the SEC? Let's start there.
I mean, could Texas A&M jump up and take it from Alabama? Maybe. Could Florida, repeat? Maybe. But it really does feel like the top two are the top two for this season, and then we'll have to sort of see what comes after that. But I feel like this year for sure Alabama and Georgia are the best teams in the conference, and if they don't play each other in Atlanta, that would be a big upset to me.
Okay. Well, that's kind of the same old thing right there. It's kind of a yawner, unfortunately.
Yeah, but this might be the year for Georgia, though. I'm pretty confident in the Bulldogs. I think they have a chance to I think they could be the national champions. They're my preseason pick.
Wow. That's like the old Herschel Walker days.
Something like that. They got, this is Kirby's best team, in my opinion.
Wow. And he's a good coach.
Yeah, he is. Well, he learned from the master. He learned from Saban.
That's true. Many of them did, just like many in the prior generation learned from Bear Bryant.
Yeah, but this will be the year. You know, you got to have to find somebody has to finally beat Saban, one of his former coaches.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way to win the national title if you're Kirby Smart without beating Nick Saban, because they're going to be there in the end. So.
Yeah, no question. So, Saban, how long has he been at Alabama now? To some extent. How
08
long?
was his first year?
Sounds right.
So
yeah.
this is his 14th season in Alabama?
Wow.
Nobody could have predicted that. Nobody in 2008 would have said, yeah, he'll still be coaching Alabama in 2021.
Totally agree. And there was, of course, when Texas was looking for a coach, there were some rumors he might jump ship, but I don't think
couldn't get that lucky, though, Gerard.
Yeah.
We weren't good enough people to get him out of the conference.
I think that's probably right. What about in Conference USA with the USM folks? What are you thinking there?
Yeah, I think USM is an interesting team this year with Will Hall. I really like Will Hall. I think he's going to be very successful. You know, the way he's recruiting and getting these Mississippi kids, that's what Southern Miss has been missing, I think, for the past 3 or 4 years. I don't know about year one for Will Hall. Will they be a bowl team? Sure. They'll win enough games to go to a bowl game. But I do think in a couple of years that's going to be the top team in Conference USA.
Wow.
He's just too good a coach.
Yeah, I think you're right, and I think he'll obviously recruit well, but he's a good sort of players coach, as they say, as well, and I think that's why he'll succeed.
His offense is good too.
It is. All right, so we've got several in the SWAC here in the state, and of course we got prime time coming on again. What do you think?
I'm interested with Jackson State, because they've played in 2 seasons. You know, they played games in the spring, and now they got to turn around and get ready for a full fall season. How's that going to look for them? You know, Alcorn didn't play this season. I don't know if Valley did or not, but Jackson State, I mean, with the way that he's recruited there and he's worked the transfer portal, should be very interesting. You know, the headlines are going to be there with Deion Sanders.
No question.
We'll be keeping an eye on him for sure.
No question. Well, I'll be paying attention. All right, what about come down to the D2 level, Delta State, the Statesmen? What do you think?
They're always good, right?
Yeah.
They're always good. I mean, that's just a team that year in and year out, you know they're going to perform. You know they're going to be near the top of the Gulf South. I mean, that's just a good college football program.
Yeah.
You know, when State fans and Ole Miss fans talk about being a good program, Delta State is sort of, I'm not saying it's obviously not the same stakes, but the model is there of how to build a program to be consistent year in and year out in your division. They are a great team year in, year out.
Well, let's be honest. Their model for the game of baseball really preceded the big schools with Booth Ferris and company.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of set the standard long before the big D1 schools were really highly focused on.
All of us Mississippi State fans are so excited about this national title. Delta State fans are like, that's just old news, buddy. We win them all the time.
No question about it. I used to play softball with Coach Kennison. And even in entertainment, sort of recreational men's softball, he was a pretty tough guy to play with. He was very demanding.
Competitors are competitors.
Awesome.
They don't matter if it's the big game or tiddlywinks. They want to win.
Really good. But we are incredibly blessed in our state with fantastic athletics across the spectrum. I mean, you and I are just talking. Think about it. We go from the SEC to Conference USA. What just kind of a diverse makeup. And then, of course, the SWAC, D2, et cetera, the Gulf South. I mean, we're really blessed. We got great athletes, great programs. Mississippi State just winning the national championship in a major sport. Ole Miss and their women's golf here.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun covering sports in Mississippi. I'll just put it that way, because there's always something to talk about.
There's no question about it. So are you getting any inside scoop from some of your peers from the other programs over there since you've been there? Is there any buzz or rumors or any of that sort of stuff you can share?
You know, obviously it's great to see everybody, because we couldn't do it last year, and getting to see some of these guys. I think everybody's got that early season excitement right now.
Yeah.
Even the programs that are, you know, like I have friends that cover South Carolina and Vanderbilt, and even them are just, you know, they're excited to get the season started. So, you know, maybe once some games get played and you're looking at an 0-2 and 0-3 start at some places, that you might, maybe concern will hit you then. But right now, everybody's happy to be here.
Yeah, that's great. Well, Brian, it's great to have you on the show this morning. Thanks for your insight. I'm sure we'll talk again before the week is out. We look forward to that. Have a good week over there.
Absolutely, man. Talk to you again soon.
You got it. Brian Hadad, co-host Sports Talk Mississippi over in Birmingham.